finding it hard, if you're finding it hard for you to be fully spiritual, it is because you still haven't broken all the barriers that are there inside of your life. Those things, they work at a course of trying to make sure that you don't reach your higher self, right? It's something natural. Everybody that's spiritual today has gone through that. And some of you haven't actually realized it, that you had to go through it until you hear somebody talk about these videos. Then you start to relate to everything that you've been through spiritually. So you're growing, you're rising, and you can't tell the difference most of the time. So you really had to overcome the fear inside of you, having to be afraid to take yourself even way further in order for you to process spirituality, the way of life, you having to change the way of the system you've been living all this time and establishing a natural one, something that is very organic, connected to you, that's going to always make you do the groundwork. Groundwork is you having to be in the garden. It is you having to ground yourself, walking with your bare foot, connecting with nature from the root cause, right? From the ground. That's how now you're actually operating in the groundwork. Try by all means to connect with all the elements and the nature that starts from the ground all the way up to the ether, right? So you have to make this relationship very, very, like, you have to value this relationship in order for you to start having a closer interaction with yourself. It is important. And this way you'll be able to grow, and your spiritual essence will start to lead you, because like nobody is a leader for you or supposed to be a leader for you. You have to lead yourself, right? You shouldn't be that follower who's always constantly following in the name of trying to get something. You have to get it from you first. The people like me are only there to help you, guide you through. Of course, I can't hold your hand, because there's some places which you have to enter by yourself in order for you to be able to overcome each and every burden that is ever impacted in your life, right? To make things much more simple, I always tell you, sun gazing is one of the things that can help you to be there. When you sun gaze a lot, your body automatically will detox. That's why most of the time, a lot of you, when the sun is so hot, you start to feel very sick, because now the energy of the sun is helping to remove all the toxins you are unable to remove by yourself in a natural way. So therefore, you'll have to fall sick. Honestly speaking, people were not supposed to feel sick whenever the sun rises or the solar flares start to be active. When you start to feel sick, it simply means that there's something inside of your immune system and it's not good at all. So there's a certain chain reaction that happens when you sun gaze. Your body now will start to react as such. But if you happen to find out that you have no toxins inside of your body, instead of you getting sick, what will happen rather? Your body will start to change. Everything of yours that's inside of you will start to operate in a different way. Your organs will start to function, in a high energy value that's going to help you spiritually to be there. Spiritually, when you're investing so much in sun gazing a lot, this will help you function in a better way spiritually, right? This is not something which people like to call it sun worship. It is not sun worship, okay? I've always told you, never worship anything in this planet or anybody, even nature, right? You are above nature. But now it is there as an information to remind you what is it that you might have forgotten and the things that you need to process in order for you to work your spiritual self to be on that higher level. So when you have to indulge with nature like that, doing your sun gazing, connecting with the trees, connecting with the plants, having a relationship, because everything that is of nature, it needs a relationship in order for it to actually function well. It's like yin yang, right? The negative and the positive, when they work together, they create this cosmic light and bringing a great change into this planet or anywhere in the world, right? So that's how things are supposed to be like. You have to have that balance and understanding how things operate. If you have that attitude and that mindset, you will always see things for the way they are, and you'll be able to make an understanding out of them using the two aspects of what is negative and positive to create that balance for yourself. It is the same thing that you are doing when you start to be spiritual. You glow and start to work that cosmic light, not just light, right? The cosmic light, the light that comes from the darkness, which when you shine in the darkness, you become that light, you become the purity, that essence. That is how things are being actually manifested. And in order for you to be able to be at that spiritual level, you have to move from your darkest self, which is your true nature, that's going to automatically generate the cosmic light for you. That's how you're going to be able to see it within. It is because now you're balancing the two aspects of what is negative and positive, the yin yang, right? Same thing that applies when the principle of a woman and a man, right, needs to formulate this relationship to be intimate to the point that they create another life into this world. That is you now generating the cosmic light into this reality, right? It is the same thing. If it weren't for that, you were not going to be able to create or bring a life in this world. You get what I'm saying? So the negative and the positive, it's all based in nature. The way you connect to it and understand it way better, you'll be able to find yourself spiritually, and you'll see that things are not really separated. Everything is one, right? Everything is one. We get to separate things due to the course of education that we've been given, right? So that we can actually be misled or easily controlled. That way, they're able to have control over us and have power over us. But now, in your spiritual journey, you have to start to understand that everything is actually one. You are one. You might as well just say that you are walking alone in this planet. As I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself, honestly speaking, right? I'm speaking to myself. It's like an imaginary thing, right? It is an image right there in front of me, okay? So, but at the end of the day, you are here, right, in the essence of establishing a great relationship between you and the nature that is within you, all right? You're connected to everything, and everything is connected to you. That is why it's never advisable for you to always consume information that's outside of you. If you don't understand what's inside of you, you won't be able to make a difference of the information that you get outside of you. You'll be confused, lost, and you will just follow all the garbage. You won't even understand what you're following. So all the establishment of understanding spiritually, you have to take it from within first before you can actually explore now and expand. That's how you grow. That's how you grow. But when you understand these things, now you make life much more easier for you. You want to make things much more easier for you. Of course, spirituality, there's some times whereby things won't be easy, but you have to try to break all of those cycles. That's what you're here for, right? It's deeper than just you learning, understanding, or gaining knowledge and wisdom, but it's all about the experiences which you're going to have to put in a collective consciousness and make a meaning out of them all the time. Make no mistake. You are here simply for a different reason than any other person who's actually leaving for a different reason. You have to follow your purpose to the root, to the point that now you find an establishment of knowing very well that you have fulfilled everything that you had to, right? For if you are not yet fulfilled everything, you're going to keep on reincarnating, coming back on this planet until you do it, until you get it done, right? Everybody who came down here in this planet signed a contract, okay? Not like literally signing a contract, but it is an agreement of what is it that you have to do. Not to say that you actually were enslaved in them, whosoever that you might have made an agreement with in the spiritual realm, that they forced you or you had to follow those rules. No, it is something that you created within yourself, right? That you have to continue everything that you were unable to do the time when you were here. All of that is just you trying to remember and establish a way to break off from this cycle. This is a dome. You're living in the dome. Nobody's supposed to be here forever, honestly speaking, right? You're not supposed to be here forever. I know that sometimes a lot of you really wish to be elsewhere. You feel like you don't really belong here in this planet. Whenever you do your sun gazing, you're actually feeling this relation between you and the stars, which are the planets, that you really have this strong chemistry with them, right? It is for a reason. This simply tells you that you have to do what you have to do, get it done, and start to move on to higher dimensions or planetary grids, depending on your star constellation where you actually originate from, or where you actually come from your blood lineage, from the stars, you see. So all of those things are very most important. You have to regard them as something that's very important within you. Never neglect all of that information. Things have been given to you willingly and you're able to see. And it's easy if you are open-minded, really, and you want to be in the spiritual journey with this cosmic light and start to understand everything about yourself. This is all about you having to break all of those cycles again. Right now is not the time for you to follow gossip spiritually, because I see that now in the spiritual community, we keep on going back, talking about the past, what we used to do, what our ancestors used to do. To me, honestly speaking, at this time right now, we are supposed to do the groundwork and start to practice and elevate. That's what matters. You see, everything deals and dwells with energy, right? And energy, when it comes to operate as such, everybody needs to adapt to it. When you're adapting to that, it simply means that you have to practice according to what the nature wants you to actually be on the certain level. So the nature is changing, the planet is changing, everything is changing. It means that you have to change your habits, your attitude, your way of eating, your lifestyle generally. You have to look at things, how they can actually work for you with this connection of the energies. That way you're able to expand and grow and be on that level you're supposed to be. For the purpose of things that are going to happen, that are going to be so destructive in this planet, you're going to be raptured first. You're going to go through the first rapture, being consumed by the motherboards. And those motherboards, like I've been saying, they are not here to save you. See, the fact that you had a great relationship with nature, with yourself, to the point that your higher consciousness connected to the right cause, right? Now, the motherboards, when they come, automatically they'll have to connect with you, because now they'll feel the relationship and the frequencies that are right and connected to the motherboards. Then they'll actually rapture you inside and take you away from all the ease that needs to happen in this planet that's going to be destructive. Now you're going to be part of the first rapture. And the people that are going to stay behind, they'll have to decide if whether or not they're with the system or with nature, within themselves, in their mind. And they'll be given a chance, of course, to expand if they are open to that experience. Then they might be in the second rapture. You get what I'm saying? And then when all of that is done, everybody's going to come back here. It means that the planet will actually change. It will be in a different dimension. And the people which stayed behind will be in the same planet, but in a different dimension. You won't exist in the same plane. Because the planet itself, each and every planet in the galaxy has different dimensions. Same applies with this planet. It has different dimensions, different doors, different planetary systems within the womb of the mother. So when you come back, you're gonna be in this planet, but everything will change. You know, you'll be given a chance now to rebirth the new life into this world that is connected to every little thing that you were doing. It's the same thing that happens that if you, right now, let's say that you awaken, right? You have all that experience, you activate your chakras, you activate your kundalini, right? And you happen to now bring a life into this world. All of your genes, activation and information is going to be stored in your child. Automatically, your child will be a different species, right? Then they'll live to continue that legacy. That's one of the most important things as well. You might think that maybe today I wake up, right? And tomorrow I die. And then maybe you left a life in this world. Now you have actually passed on your genes that are very enlightening to impact on the child to continue what you were actually establishing spiritually. So it happens all around to the point that everybody's going to benefit. So the children that you're going to bring as you practice in spirituality, they're going to bring a great change into this planet. You know, so you have to formulate this understanding that is within you and grasp all the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding by all means without making any mistake. So every information you come across, if it is not helping you to build yourself up, don't pay attention to it. The only thing that you have to do right now is connect and correlate with the energies that are active, the portals and dimensions. The history, you will do it at your personal time, of everything. I'm not discrediting that you don't need to actually listen to the past history of what our great ancestors used to live like and what they used to do. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm simply saying is we shouldn't waste time in paying attention to the things that are not going to help us spiritually to grow, to be on that level. And this is what you need to focus to. It is personal to you, between you, your higher self, and your spiritual self, that you need to create and manifest and be in this reality of the cosmic light, so that when it happens that now you're no longer going to be able to live on this planet anymore, when you be on the other side, now you're able to maneuver in the dark cosmos without having the fear to think that it's all evil and negative. But now you know that you understand the cosmic light, you have overcome the fear and the barriers and the burdens which you had in this planet. Now you're going to be at a higher level, to the point that now you'll be able to exist in the higher planes and dimensions without you having to fear and everything is going to be right, connected to you, and you'll be able to live to the fullest potential of your power like you were always meant to be. All this millennium times. So you have to keep this in mind. Thank you very much for watching this video. Love and cosmic light.